NERDSoul. Yeah, late ill kid at OneYoungsta, holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, that's right, we back with a new episode of Thumbnails. It's gonna be crazy fat because got some fresh news coming in the last story that I'm super hyped for because just the possibility for it is amazing. But even though Rebels ain't back, we're going to start with Star Wars Rebels because we got a report of what the titles and synopsis for the last 5 episodes will be. Now, I'm not going to run them all down because all of them don't seem extremely dope to me, except one that really shines, which is an episode called Twin Sons. And it involves Ezra getting a vision about Darth Maul. He defies Hera and Kanan for whatever reason and jets off to this far-off planet, which we're pretty sure is Tatooine, to stop Darth Maul in his tracks, kind of, I guess, by any means necessary. And the thing that's dope about this to me is the fact that this is, I think, where we're going to get to see, of course, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I'm very interested to see if we find that Obi-Wan and Darth Maul finally settle their score. Even though I would love to see them settle their score in live action on the big screen, but if we get it here, I'd be satisfied because a lot of their beef was played out in the animated series of Clone Wars. So I wouldn't be upset about it, but I just think to see it, large and like AMC Prime or, Cinemark XD or something like that, that would be crazy. So like on IMAX to see them both meet each other for one final time and settle that score and dead it. But, it's kind of cool to see an episode like this and speculate where Ezra will play a role. Like, will Ezra be in a situation where he's going to have to fall back and kind of let Obi-Wan do his thing? Is he going to learn something new from Obi-Wan? Is he going to get sucked into some kind of crazy plot with Maul again? Because we know Ezra, I'm not too keen on Ezra, but we know the type of character he's been built to be. He can be easily swayed. He doesn't really think too much for himself. So I'm very, very interested to see how this plays out. And of course, where Hera and Kanan will come in concerning his role on the team. Because there have been some very important instances where he's decided that he's going to go off on his own and do his own thing. So I'm very interested to see how that plays out. But of course, you guys keep it locked. Check out Star Wars Rebels. Holla at me down in the comments, on Twitter, all that stuff. And we'll see what's going down. So anyway, next up, the Warner Animation Group has dropped, that's right, the Lego Ninjago trailer. It seems like Lego is about to be on a roll because the Lego movie was extremely well received. People seem to like it from young to old. Lego Batman is getting a lot of love in its very first weekend, and people seem to be right on that train once again. And the Ninjago trailer seems to be in this exact same vein. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun for the family. The joke at the beginning of the trailer where the married couple are running and she's like, "I'm going to save myself. I know you would have wanted that for me." And just seeing him like, "I didn't even say that." That was funny. And you can see that the comedy is kind of the same. The animation quality seems to be top notch, especially with like these little mechs and stuff that they have in this Ninjago trailer. And then you get to see some pretty cool, animation with the fighting with especially fighting with the refrigerator door and stuff. It's kind of like some Jackie Chan stuff from Rumble in the Bronx. Side note, I know we're talking animation, but if you haven't seen Rumble in the Bronx, you should check it out because Jackie Chan kills it in that. It's not the most amazing movie in the world, but it's definitely got some replay value because it's dope. Now, back to Ninjago. I think that this has especially in the trailer, all the ingredients it needs to be that family fun time with a lot of replay value, just like Lego Movie and like Batman seems to be. The only thing that is drawing me back for this is the fact that it does seem like the same movie. Not to say that Ninjago is Batman or that Ninjago is a Lego Movie, but it's very, very similar in tone. It's very, like, the comedy is the same, and maybe that's a good thing because Marvel has created their franchise on, hey, this is kind of what you can expect as far as like the way it's lit, the way it's colored, the way the heroes will act, the way the villains will be, played or placed or anything like that. So maybe this is a good idea. But for me, it kind of seems like we might get into a situation with the Warner Animation Group concerning Lego where each and every movie is not discernible for the other. And that could be a problem, but for now, it doesn't seem like so much because there's only 2 movies. But you guys holler down at me in the comments and we'll see what's going on, because from me to you, I think Ninjago is going to be a lot of fun for some kids and for their parents. But I wonder if this could become sort of homogenous. But anyway, we'll see what's going on with that. And of course, next up, and last but not least, we got some news about another Netflix animated series. Man, I cannot wait till Knights of Sidonia comes back. But anyway, we're going to be talking about Castlevania, a video game that has been really, really cool. And of course, with me coming up in the Nintendo generation, Castlevania has always been a lot of fun. Now, the person who's in charge of this is what makes this animated series extremely interesting. Adi Shankar, who was part of Dread, part of The Grey, part of the Power Rangers web series, web one-shot that we saw last year. This guy has a very great imagination. He has a very cool way of telling stories, and he's a top-notch producer. On the low, people really need to check his stuff. And he is, it seems, overzealous for this project, which has me hyped because he's talking about this is going to be R-rated as F. This is going to be, 4-part season. It's starting this year in 2017. He seems extremely pumped. He has Warren Ellis on as a producer. We know Warren Ellis is dope. Like, it seems like this could be, and this is, from the article, saying that this could be like some Game of Thrones type stuff set in the video game world. Also, that this could be the best video game adaptation that we've had in history, bar Mortal Kombat. The first Mortal Kombat, don't sleep. That joint is sweet. The joint is ultra sweet. But back to Castlevania, you're going to get some cool vampiric action. They're going to be following the storyline of Castlevania Part 3, which is, I think, like Dracula's Blood or something like that, or Dracula's Curse, I believe. And they're going to have, like, Alucard in there. And it's, I guess, primed to be this very bloody, very R-rated, very adult animated series right here on Netflix, which is something that I think is a perfect home for it. With Netflix on the rise, with Netflix doing its thing, like HBO back in the day when it first got hot, I think Netflix is a great place for it. Netflix seems to be giving people the freedom to create the content that they want to create. And Adi Shankar is one of those dudes that I think if you give him slight boundaries and just let him go and do his thing, the teams that he pulls together for projects like this, man, the sky is the limit. So I'm extremely hyped and can't wait until we get our first trailer for Castlevania, the animated series. If you guys haven't checked out the news yet, read through the article. It's super dope. It's short, sweet, straight to the point. It has some very, very important quotes in there. So, of course, guys, if you've been a longtime lover of the video game franchise called Castlevania, hop in them comments, put me up on game, let me know what I should not play, should not check out. Also, let me know how hype you are for this animated series because I'm pretty psyched. I love supernatural action. I'm Super hyped for this. So anyway, of course, since we're about done and I gotta call my time, I gotta tell y'all to hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right, you can check me out right there. All of my videos from the oldest to the newest, whether I'm with AfterBuzz TV, whether I'm with Popcorn Talk Network, Jedi Alliance, whatever it is, you can find it there. Then you can check out shop.thatnerdsoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt, player, and don't forget one for those playettes. Then come back here, like, comment, and subscribe, and share that Nerd Soul. There is no other way that I can let people know that you like what you're checking out. And of course, big shout out to everyone who's been sharing my stuff. I've been seeing an uptick and all that. Also, all of my folks sharing the stuff around on Facebook. It's been crazy. Thanks for hollering at me. And on Twitter, all my folks there, much love. And of course, before I'm out, I gotta say, LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And people, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Peace.